Welcome to Women on Purpose. Have you ever woken up and felt like something in your life was shifting, like there was a bigger adventure waiting for you just beyond the horizon? Maybe it's a dream you've been quietly holding on to, a new direction calling your name, or even a moment when you realize the person staring back at you in the mirror is ready for something more. If so, you're in the right place. Today, we're talking about personal growth, self-discovery, and transformation. That moment when you step out of your comfort zone and into something new, even if it feels a little scary at first. And to explore that, we're going to follow the story of a woman who wakes up to find her house floating on an island in the sky. Because, let's be honest, haven't we all felt like we were drifting through unknown territory at some point in our lives? My own journey through the storm. Before we get into the story, I want to share something personal. A few years ago, my family faced a crisis that completely turned our world upside down. My husband suffered a horrific accident that left him with a traumatic brain injury. And overnight, everything changed. We had 4 kids to care for, a house, 2 vehicles, and the weight of trying to keep everything afloat while he recovered. On top of that, I was in the middle of a university term, trying to focus on assignments when my entire life was unraveling. There were nights I sat in the dark, completely drained, wondering how we were going to get through it all. Financial struggles loomed over us, and every day felt like standing at the edge of a cliff, unsure if the ground beneath us would hold. But somehow, we made it through. With sheer determination, love, and a refusal to give up, we kept going. And today, my husband is fully recovered, and while life looks different than before, we emerged from that storm stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever. That experience taught me that life challenges are not just obstacles, they are stepping stones. Transformation isn't just about circumstances changing, it's about who you become in the process. It's about finding inner strength, resilience, and clarity in the most unexpected places. The power of self-discovery. Sometimes, we don't even realize how much potential we have until we're forced to grow. It's easy to believe that we are stuck, that we are limited by our circumstances, or that we don't have what it takes to chase something new. But the truth is, we are always capable of change. Self-discovery is about peeling back the layers of who we think we are to reveal the power we've had all along. In the story, the woman doesn't just wake up on a floating island. She wakes up to a new way of seeing herself. She starts to recognize that she is not just someone drifting along, but someone with the strength to navigate this unknown world. And in real life, that's what self-discovery looks like. It's about learning who you are when no one is watching. It's about realizing that your past doesn't define your future, and that every challenge is an opportunity to grow into the person you're meant to be. The courage to take action. Personal growth isn't just about knowing who you are. It's about taking bold action toward the life you want. It's about stepping up, making decisions that align with your dreams, and refusing to let fear hold you back. Too often we wait for the perfect moment to take action, but the truth is, perfect moments don't exist. If you're waiting for a time when you'll feel fully ready, you'll be waiting forever. Think about the woman in our story. She could have stayed inside, scared of what was outside her window. But instead, she chose to step forward, to explore, and to embrace the unknown. That's exactly what we need to do in our own lives. Whether it's starting a new career, moving to a new place, or ending a relationship that no longer serves us, real transformation happens when we stop waiting and start moving. Stepping into the unknown. Let's be real. The hardest part of any journey is taking that first step. Whether it's deciding to change careers, start a business, leave a toxic relationship, or chase a dream we've been putting off, it's easy to stay comfortable. Change is scary. It's messy, and it doesn't always come with a map. But here's the thing. Nothing truly magical ever happens inside our comfort zones. The floating island may seem strange at first, but once she steps outside, she realizes there's a whole new world waiting for her. The wooden floor beneath her is warm from the morning sun, and the sky stretches out in brilliant strokes of pink and gold. The air smells of salt and possibility. Maybe it's not the world she expected, but it's the one she needs, and isn't that always the way? The first step might be as simple as asking ourselves, what do I really want? Not what the world expects, not what seems practical, what truly sets our souls on fire. When we listen to that answer, even if it's just a whisper, we start to move towards something extraordinary. And along the way, we begin to learn the power of letting go. Just like the woman in the story had to leave behind her familiar home, we must sometimes release fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs that hold us back. True freedom and empowerment come when we trust ourselves enough to embrace what's ahead. Owning your power. One of the most life-changing realizations we can have is that we are responsible for our own happiness. No one is coming to save us, and no one else can make the changes we need in our lives. If we want something different, we have to take ownership and go after it ourselves. Women are often taught to put others first, to be caregivers, to make sure everyone else is happy before we think about ourselves. But your dreams matter. Your goals, your ambitions, and your passions are just as important as anyone else's. You don't need permission to pursue them. So often, we let expectations dictate our choices. Society tells us what we should do, what's appropriate for our age, our background, or our circumstances. But true power comes from shaking off those limitations and realizing that we are in control of our own paths. When we stop seeking validation from others and start making decisions based on what we truly want, we reclaim our personal power. The woman in the story had to make a choice: stay where it's safe or step into the unknown. It's the same in life. Growth means taking risks. Maybe for you, it's asking for that promotion, going back to school, starting a passion project, or simply saying no more often to things that drain your energy. Whatever it is, owning your power means giving yourself permission to take up space, to be bold, and to trust yourself. And let's not forget the power of self-belief. Too many of us doubt ourselves before we even start. We overanalyze, we compare ourselves to others, and we hesitate. But imagine if, instead of asking, "Can I do this?" you asked, "Why not me?" The people who achieve their dreams aren't necessarily the most talented or the most privileged. They are the ones who believed in themselves enough to try. Owning your power means choosing yourself every day. It means knowing that you are worthy of success, happiness, and fulfillment, not because of what you do for others, but simply because you exist. It's about making choices that align with your heart, standing firm in your convictions, and refusing to shrink yourself to make others comfortable. When you embrace this mindset, you don't just change your life, you inspire others to do the same. Becoming the author of your own story. One of the biggest lessons in transformation is that you are the author of your own story. You have the power to rewrite your narrative at any time. If you've been telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you'll never be able to achieve your goals, or that life will always stay the same, let this be the moment you decide to change that story. Think about the power of the words you tell yourself. Are they lifting you up, or are they keeping you small? If someone else spoke to you the way your inner voice sometimes does, would you tolerate it? If the answer is no, then it's time to rewrite the script. Start telling yourself that you are capable, strong, and worthy. Because you are. So much of life feels like it's happening to us, but the truth is, we are active participants in our own journey. Every decision we make, big or small, shapes the direction of our story. We don't have to wait for permission or for the right circumstances. We can start making changes right now, even in small ways. Choosing to take care of yourself, to say yes to an opportunity, to walk away from a toxic situation, each of these is an act of writing a new chapter for yourself. And remember, every great story has challenges, plot twists, and moments of doubt. No journey is perfect. You might stumble, you might fail, and you might have to rewrite entire sections of your life. But that's what makes your story yours. Every setback is just a scene, not the whole book. You always have the power to turn the page and start fresh. When the woman in the story stepped through the portal, she wasn't the same person she was at the beginning. She had faced trials, learned lessons, and grown into someone stronger. And that's what happens to us, too. We evolve. We discover new parts of ourselves, and we become the authors of a story worth telling. So what happens next in your story? That's entirely up to you. Maybe today is the day you take the first step towards self-discovery. Maybe you start saying yes to yourself in ways you never have before. Maybe you finally let go of fear and self-doubt that have been holding you back. And maybe, just maybe, you start looking at the world with fresh eyes, realizing that every moment is an opportunity for growth and transformation. The possibilities stretch out before you, just like the horizon beyond the floating island. The adventure ahead isn't written yet. You get to decide what comes next. One of the most life-changing realizations we can have is that we are responsible for our own happiness. No one is coming to save us, and no one else can make the changes we need in our lives. If we want something different, we have to take ownership and go after it ourselves. Women are often taught to put others first, to be caregivers, to make sure everyone else is happy, before we think about ourselves. But your dreams matter. Your goals, your ambitions, and your passions are just as important as anyone else's. You don't need permission to pursue them. When the woman in the story reaches the glowing portal, she has a choice: return to the life she knew or step into something new. And just like her, we always have a choice. We can hold on to the familiar, or we can take a leap of faith into a better future. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here with me on Women on Purpose. If this story resonated with you, I'd love to hear about your own journey. Have you faced a moment where you had to take a leap of faith? Have you ever felt like the world around you changed because you changed? Let's talk about it in the comments. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. There's so much more to explore together, and I can't wait to take the next step with you. Your transformation starts today.